Alright, that was Theme of Laura 2, which we finally have in its entirety after the official release of the Silent Hill 2 remake soundtrack last week. It doesn't appear anywhere in the game, but it's awesome. That guitar solo was in the original E3 trailer for Silent Hill 2 back in 2000, but it never appeared on any soundtrack until he finally re-recorded it for this updated version. So I really love it. I'm glad that we all have it. Hi Tara, it's a delight to see you. Welcome, as always. And I am gonna jump right in, because I would like to get as far as I can today. Thank you. I also like this shirt. I don't know how stylish it is, but it certainly makes a statement, which is what I'm going for. How have you been? How was your Thanksgiving? I can't get over the audacity of this country calling today Native American Heritage Day. I really can't. It's utterly absurd. Well, I won't lie. That sounds pretty lovely. The kids were with their dad, so Sharon and I went up to Fort Collins and spent it with my family, and it was lovely. And I have a lot of leftovers. My very favorite thing about Thanksgiving is leftover turkey sandwiches. Yeah, I have been for a while. I announced that in the first stream. I guess you probably weren't here for it. That's why I'm back in a house instead of that. I was about to call it a crummy apartment, but that would have been senselessly insulting. It was a nice apartment, but yes, I am. So we left off. This is my third playthrough, and we're in the Blue Creek Apartments. All we have left to do is unlock the Leave in Stillness endings, which we're going to do on this run. Yeah, it's really good. You never know. Things can and always do change, and you never know what challenges are coming, but it feels different this time. It's hard to articulate it exactly in words, but it feels like we're both intent on sticking it out. So I read those last time. It's the same clock riddles as before, but head out to the balcony. We hear that knocking from inside the H door, which is locked but gets a map marker. Yeah, things like that, and it's hard to point to a specific concrete difference. It just feels stable and durable in a way that it hasn't always felt, but does now. Alright, so from the balcony, 210 is locked, so we move into 203. Like, we're both sure about the decision, in a way that we weren't, if that makes sense. Get wrecked! I won't lie, I missed the shit out of her and the kids. It's really nice to be back. That being said, of course, family life is pretty demanding, which is why I only really stream when I find myself alone in the house. And I have so found myself today. Just gonna nope out of there. I've never gotten attacked by that one that soon. It always rushes out of the bathroom when I enter this hallway. Until now. I guess they have more dynamic behavior than I thought. So we're on the balcony again, but now we've got access to the third floor. I did take a hit. James had a little blood on his jacket, and I would really hate to have to do a fourth playthrough. So I'll keep him at I'll keep him at full health, just to be sure I get the leave ending when I want it. It's not like I'm short on health drinks. For the final playthrough, which is on New Game Plus, I put it on hard again, but I obviously decided I would use the chainsaw. Yeah, and you know, that makes sense. I don't know where it's technically impossible to avoid damage, but I'm sure there are such parts. There were in the original too. Like when Pyramid Head threw you in the original, when Pyramid Head throws you off the hospital roof, you're put at critical health no matter what. I don't think it puts you at critical in this game, but I do think you take damage. But I also decided to be thorough for the last playthrough, because this is technically my fourth playthrough of the game, and I feel like, okay, as we say, after this one it's going to be time to let it go. So I might as well have as complete an experience as possible. Now, the funny thing about this one, and I guess they still haven't fixed the bug, is it obviously has the monster palette of the... I don't even know what to call them. The explosive lying figure as opposed to the normal one. But it fights and dies like a normal one. It doesn't explode when you kill it. It's the only one in the game where that's the case. Now, we're going to need a key to 306. Yeah, exactly. And I'm still going to use guns on some of the bosses, because since I have it on hard, I'm wary of taking hits, especially from Pyramid Head. I'm pretty pissed off this game didn't get nominated for Game of the Year, not gonna lie. And funnily enough, I don't think it deserves a nomination for Best Narrative, because, let's be real, they didn't change the narrative. It is the narrative from 2001. It shouldn't be nominated for that. But it should have been nominated for Game of the Year. And If Luke Roberts doesn't win Best Performance, that's going to be a crime, because he is incredible from start to finish. Yeah, but they did nominate it for Best Narrative, and they did not nominate it for Game of the Year. I mean, it probably is the best narrative, but it's not theirs, and it's 23 years old, so... Radio in 307. And it took me until my second playthrough to notice this, which makes me feel dumb, but there are actually 3 chains coming off the radio. My first run, I kind of thought we were just spending the entire time looking for a working valve handle to use this one. But every single valve we turn is actually connected to one of the 3 chains and takes it down. Yeah, well, I mean, I think... I'm not quite that negative on it, because Silent Hill 2, the original, has such an incredibly good narrative. I don't think any game has ever really topped it. And... if you're trying to compare it to one of the very best ever, you're always kind of going to fall short. Which makes it, in my mind, all the more amazing that Bloober really managed to recapture the magic. Based on their prior work, I did not think that they understood what made this game good, or how to execute it. But color me pleasantly surprised, to put it mildly. Alright, so we can't get back out the way we came. Tara, you'll be pleased. I gifted Rory a copy of this game. So if you want to join me in pressuring him to stream his very first ever playthrough of Silent Hill 2, that, maybe he'll do it, and that would be great to watch. So in here we get the Apartment 306 key. A key labeled Apartment 306. Simple enough. So this one actually disables a chain, which I didn't realize until my second playthrough. So we're back in 305. And we have this key now. Thank you, I appreciate it. You can tell I've played this a few times at this point. I know which enemies are going to come to life and when. It's the way of it, I suppose. You only get one first run. We'll crawl into the bathroom here. Dead one in the tub. Alright. This one is programmed to come to life when the mannequin tries to gank you. Just be aware of that. I'll have to find... Oh, I'm wrong. Can get it now and then grab the mannequin, wherever it is. That makes sense. The only real danger of not playing it is getting spoiled if you weren't spoiled on the original. Obviously, that doesn't apply to you. But even if you, no matter how many playthroughs you've watched, it's worth getting and playing yourself whenever you can. I highly recommend it. So there's your second chain done. And we can take this valve handle with us. Lone Wonder! Hold up. If I'm gonna chat, I can't be fighting at the same time. Hello, Lone Wonder. Thank you so much for the resub. It's always a pleasure to see you. How are you, my friend? No. Resume, not load. Where you at? Well, I'll be damned. See, that's the hard mode difference. Single hit from a mannequin. You're at low health already. Not gonna lie, that didn't go great. It's alright though, I'm well equipped. So now that we have the handle, we can remove the final chain. No. Mostly because Bluebirths themselves say at the very beginning that standard is their intended difficulty. That said, if Rory does play it, for instance, I'm going to strongly encourage him to at minimum play on hard puzzle difficulty and probably hard combat difficulty too, because the standard riddles are trivially easy. I never even had to think about them. And standard combat is frankly the same way. Alright, there's our hour hand. A short, ornate clock hand. Shoot, I think I forgot to examine the valve after I picked it up. Well, what can you do? Removing the final chain also opened this door, which creates our shortcut back down to the clock room. Now granted, I'm a pretty experienced survival horror gamer, but I'm also almost 40. Like, I'm rather fond of saying, because it's true, that like my shooter career peaked at Unreal Tournament. Not Unreal Tournament 2000, Unreal Tournament. Because it's a young man's game and my reflexes are not what they once were, to put it mildly. That said, I found standard trivially easy. Like, didn't die once on standard mode. So I would, and anybody who's a competent gamer, particularly someone as generally skilled at games as Rory is, I would highly recommend hard. Alright, so we come down there and we get back to the clock room. So let's just walk through the riddle again. First comes their leader, most crucial his quest. His pace slow but steady, he's now heading west. So that pretty much means the hour hand points west to 9. I had a lovely Thanksgiving. How about yourself? I managed not to pick fights with my family about the history of the holiday or the politics of it, and we had a very nice time. And to be clear, I consider my proclivity to pick political fights like that is a character flaw that I'm working on. So this is apartment 210. Got that nice seesaw there. But I did add the land back tag to the stream today just because I find the audacity of this country calling today Native American Heritage Day. It's fucking intolerable to me. So we can unlock the bathroom door and James is going to do what James does. Stick his hand in gross holes. So here's the minute hand, a twisting ornate clock hand. Pigeon figurine. I do love how long James's hand stays covered in the disgusting sludge. It's a really nice design touch. A wooden bird figurine with a metal peg on the bottom. So that one we can go ahead and place. So we head out to explore the rest of the eastern second floor. The Borb scale. I'm always happy when I get the whispering, because in both the original and the remake, it's kind of an RNG thing. You can do an entire playthrough and not hear it. I guess they kind of knew people would do multiple playthroughs and they wanted to keep the ability of the whispers to surprise you. Like so many things in this game, it doesn't even lead to an encounter, there's no enemy to kill as a result of it, and yet it's so deeply unsettling. That's why, when it's done well, I will always love Silent Hill in a way that it's impossible to love Resident Evil. It's just so much genuinely scarier. Genuinely so much scarier. There we go. What a troll! Malformed figurine part. Oddly disfigured part of a wooden figurine. Yeah, there are only 2 Resident Evil games that I think are genuinely scary. They are the remake of Resident Evil 1 and Resident Evil 7. Many of the others are fun, but they aren't scary. It is precisely Silent Hill 2. It is precisely Silent Hill's willingness to dive into actual human horror, like grief and trauma and assault and all the things that Silent Hill deals with, while Resident Evil plays around with bioweapons and zombies, that makes Silent Hill infinitely scarier. And guilt and shame, exactly. And addiction, even. It's got that too. Silent Hill 3 has forced pregnancy, you know? Silent Hill 4 has isolation, total loneliness. Abandonment. Like the actual horrifying things that actual human beings experience. Instead of hilarious bioweapon monsters and Albert Wesker. Complete global saturation. Wooden swan head. A head and a slender neck of a wooden swan. Swan figurine. Malformed but sturdy once put together figurine of a swan. Yeah, well that's precisely the difference, right? Like when they were... One of my favorite stories about the development of Silent Hill 2 is how, when they were first making the game, the game director made the entire team read Crime and Punishment. And the point was to develop a game that feels like that novel feels. About guilt, specifically. And what it does to a person. Tara, it's my favorite novel. I highly recommend it. It's a little bit dense. It's 1890s and translated from Russian, but it's my favorite novel. And there are reasons for that you'll understand when you read it. Like, it's the inspiration for Silent Hill 2. I'm not making that up. Yeah, here. Let me just wait for the next autosave. Well, maybe I don't need to. Winged key. A key found inside the broken seesaw. Yeah, I'll do that right now. There you go. The rotted bed. Pay no attention to the symbolism there. There's the original coin cabinet. We're down on the first floor now. This is apartment 110. Ah, yes. Let's go say hi to Angela.
Oh, it's you.
Yeah. I'm James.
Angela.
Angela. Okay.
This might be the best directed cutscene I've ever seen in any game.
Sure what
This
you're
one
planning
specifically.
yet. There's always another way.
Really? What's the point? It's easier just to run. Maybe it's all we deserve.
We.
Me. You. We're all the same.
I'm not like you.
Are you afraid? Sorry.
I love Angela so much because she kind of oscillates
It's okay.
between being the most lucid and aware character in the game and the most delusional.
No. Not yet.
Did she live here? In this building?
No.
So all you know is that she lived in this town?
What did you say? How did you know that?
Well, I just figured because this is where you're looking for her. How else would I know?
Yeah. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Did you find the person that you were looking for?
Not yet.
This is one of the moments where I think the remake really shines over the original. The original didn't have the capacity to make it clear that Angela doesn't even look at the photo.
She's my wife.
I'm sorry.
But you can clearly see that she doesn't in the remake. Those little touches, they do make a big difference.
I don't know why I think she's here. She
died 3 years ago.
She's dead?
Don't worry, I'm not crazy. At least I don't think so.
We have to find my mama.
Should I go with you? This town really is dangerous. Now I know what you meant back there in the cemetery.
No, it's okay. Besides, I'd just slow you down.
What about that?
Will you hold it for me?
Sure. No problem.
If I kept it,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what I might do. No! I'm sorry! I've been bad! Please don't!
Yeah, absolutely, Tara. Like, it was always clear that Bloober were fans because most of their games were visibly trying to imitate this one and frankly failing, which is why, you know, everybody had such low expectations going into this, but they really did a remarkable job. Maybe it's like, maybe Bloober are the David Benioff and D.B. Weiss of game development. They can execute really, really well as long as they don't have to write the story themselves. Okay. So, in order to avoid the in-water ending, we're never going to examine Angela's knife again. We're striving for leave, but the knife left by Angela, it feels heavier than it looks. And we also picked up the Key of Resilience, found in apartment 109 where I met Angela. And as I mentioned on the prior playthrough, once you pick up the knife, based on what Angela said and what she was obviously thinking about, this is the moment that the idea of suicide enters James's subconscious. And now, not before, Pyramid Head has a weapon and will attack James, and that's his latent suicidal ideation harming him. Yeah, DLF, I was going to say, it's because of the emotional weight that's attached to that knife. Because it is the murder weapon that she stabbed her father and brother to death with. Here's our second-hand door. We hadn't found it until now. S on door. Thank you, James. Way to prepare, James. Vers la Flamme, Alexander Scriabin, Opus 72. I believe that translates to Toward the Flame, by the way. Like a moth to the flame, as it were. Okay, another strange photo. Forever Together. Apartment 208. So this is number 16. So I still have my sheet from the last playthrough to work on this puzzle with. And I'm trying to figure out what the count is. Because I actually know what the letter is supposed to be, because I already know what the message is. But, forever together. I think maybe it's supposed to be 3 for the 3 numbers, because the letter is R. I know that much. Because it's, you know, as I look at it, at first I'm inclined to think, well, maybe you add the numbers together, but that's not right. Or maybe you count the squares on the door, but that's not right, whether you land on 4 or 6. It's not just the door, because 1 isn't right either. But if you counted the digits, if you counted the numbers, that would get you the right one. So maybe that's what it's supposed to be. Yeah, the numbers on the door, that's what I think it is. So that's kind of a big skip in what we've seen so far. But this is what we have. I think it is supposed to be the numbers on the door. So, onward. Finally unlock this one and can get back to the clock room. If you weren't paying attention, it is the case that all the mannequins, including the one that is actually one of the enemies and is posed as such, they are all much closer now. Like they're emerging from your subconscious and they're almost getting through to you. So this door is open now. It was not before. There's nothing in here yet. Now let's look back at our riddle now that we have the minute hand. The nimblest one climbed, stumbled through thin air. He's not fallen yet, but he's halfway there. So whenever we find it, the second handle will be on 3 or 15. The one that remains can't make up her mind. 25 steps ahead or 5 steps behind. So that is the minute hand. And we've been told it goes on the 10. Yeah. I had the mannequin. I've had the mannequin fear my whole life. I can't pinpoint a place it came from. But I certainly feel you. Alright, so the minute door is open now. So, if you look at the riddle, we've got moons, skulls, and circles. You look at that combined with the maws, you can solve the puzzle. So we'll recount them, mostly because I don't have it memorized. 2 circles, 4 moons. 4 circles, 4 moons. 5 circles, 6 moons, 1 skull. 5 circles, 8 moons, 2 skulls. Alright. So 8 plus 2 is 10, minus 5 is 5. 5 times 2 is 10, minus 8 is 2. 2 plus 8 is 10, divided by 5 is also 2. Brings us to this room, lifted directly from the original. The second hand. A long, thin clock hand. Pyramid Head's been here, slicing up the walls. They've shifted again. They aren't exactly closer, but... Now, if we go in here, some stuff has appeared. This room has changed. And we get another photo. How the time flies. This is photo number 11. I'm not entirely sure what I'm supposed to count here either. There's the one television, but that's not the right letter. There's 6 panes of glass that I can count. That's actually correct. So I guess maybe that's what it is. Oh, there is a number on the TV. You're right. Look at you. There's a number 6 on the TV, and that gives us the right letter. Good job, Lone Wonder. All right. So it's an E. So here's what we have so far now. Alright, so let's solve the clock puzzle. Can peek here one more time. The nimblest one climbed, stumbled through thin air. He's not fallen yet, but he's halfway there. The second hand goes on 15. We can no longer go the way we came. But we can go back downstairs to the now unlocked S door. This is where the Pyramid Head boss fight happened in the original game. Complete with the dead lying figure. I don't know, Tara. That's a good question. Analog clocks were already pretty out of date when we were kids. When I was a kid. Okay, so then in the interest of not taking hits, I am going to do this fight with the pistol. It's actually going to be the first time I've used it, but... So I mentioned in the last playthrough, you can time out this fight or you can win it with damage. Timing it out gives you points toward in water, and winning it with damage gives you points toward leave. So it's actually pretty important that we finish this fight by damaging him. Lost Primeval. Oh my goodness, it has been a minute. Thank you so much for the resub. I'm doing great. How are you? On hard, that overhead swing he does with the knife is a one-shot kill. Just so you know. Even if you're at full health. I mean, Terra, I don't love them either, but I don't mind it much here. A, because it's only true on hard, and B, it's a very telegraphed move that's pretty easy to dodge. And there we go. Just like that, we're back outside, and if we go back in... What the hell? It's so normal. What happened to the freaky cage room? Anyway, here we go. I don't feel good about the, I don't feel good about this one. Forever Together. I gotta really figure out how you're supposed to land on one of those R's. I guess maybe it is the numbers on the door. That's not where my mind immediately goes, but... But I really don't see a way to a 7 or a 15, so that must be it. No damage boss fight, always love those. There's the Woodside Courtyard again. We're on the other side of that gate at long last. Yeah, we're on New Game Plus. I left it on hard, but I am using the chainsaw. Makes most combat pretty trivial, even on hard.
was you, wasn't it? You're the one who stepped on my hand.
Maybe I did.
What's a little girl like you doing here anyway?
I don't know. What's a big dum-dum like you doing here anyway?
Hey, that's not very nice. Didn't your parents teach you any manners?
And see, that hurt her feelings, because she's an orphan.
None of your business. You didn't love Mary anyway.
What? Hey, wait! How do you know her name?
There's that gasp. But we have made it to Rosewater Park. Considering this is my third playthrough and the only real purpose here is to go for the last of the main endings, I feel like being thorough, since it's my last one, with items and lore and what have you. But I'm not that interested in struggling with combat again. I already did that on the first run.
This is it. Mary. Could you really be here?
Not that I particularly struggled on the first run, but might as well save a little time. Patrick Chester, son of Edward, he fought and died for the people, for liberty, and for all of our tomorrows. His memory lives on. Time to use the blue gem. I figure I might as well have the UFO ending available when I get to the end, just because it's so much fun to watch. There she is.
Mary? No. You're not.
Do I look like your girlfriend?
No, my late wife. I can't believe it. Your face, your voice. You could be.
My name is Maria. I don't look like a ghost, do I? See? Warm.
Sorry, I got confused.
Hey. Where are you going?
Wow.
Only if I'm Mary.
Didn't you say she died?
Oh. Yeah. 3 years ago. It's just I got a letter from her.
A letter.
I know how it sounds. I don't.
Hey. It's okay. So, what did the letter say?
She said she was waiting for me. In our special place.
And that's here? Anyway, I haven't seen her. Is this your only special place?
I don't know anymore. There was something. I can't quite.
Hey. I think I might know. I mean, there's this one place. Not far from here.
What kind of place?
The kind two lovers might call special. I can show you if you want. Unless you have somewhere else to be. Something else to do. Hey, easy there. I'm just messing with you. Come on. It's this way.
You're coming with me? Can't you just tell me where it is?
You're just gonna leave me here? Alone? With all these monsters around?
No, I just...
Is it because I remind you of her? You loved her, didn't you? Didn't you?
All right, just... Come on.
So it's okay.
Yeah.
Alex, have you played either version before? The original or the remake? Sounds like you have. That's why I ask.
Come on, let's go.
I don't want any Maria ending points if I can help it, so I'm going to ignore her this go-round. In memory of the 67 who died of illness and now sleep beneath the lake. That's important. That's one of the trivia questions when we get to the hospital. And that little memorial is the only way to find the answer. And it's very old school in the fact that you just have to remember it. It doesn't save it in an in-game journal or anything like that.
Through here.
Well, alright then.
This place we're going to, what is it exactly?
It used to be kind of a special place for young couples in these parts. I think it's easier if I just show you.
Go this way first. There are a few items to find in this section of the park.
Want to take a breather?
What?
Me, heart,
I
she.
know, Sorry, I'm just a bit preoccupied.
It's fine. You know, if there's anything you want to talk about, anything at all.
No. Let's just keep moving.
There's the health drink. Just fish it right out of a busted toilet and drink the hell out of it, James. It's very on brand.
Who is that?
Just a woman. Killed for no real fault of her own by moral, upstanding folk. Common theme, I guess.
What do you mean?
In history, you know?
Victim of persecution by the Christians, Jennifer Carroll lived with pride and honor. What happened here shall never be forgotten. Go back the other way. True enough, Alex. Toilet health drinks are better than dirty syringes. So far from home. This is number 14. And I count 3 little stripes on the floor. That one is pretty easy to see. Where did I put my marker, though? That is the question. There we go. So, photo 14, 3 letters in is F. Which gives us this so far. Here's Jack's Inn.
There, we can go through the motel.
Not getting through here.
No reason to. It's the wrong way anyway.
Andy's Pizza. In the interest of efficiency, we won't bother with that parking lot until we actually have the garage,
Hey.
Jack.
Wrong way. We already passed the motel. James?
Neighborhood Cafe. Rich fragrance. Espresso fascinates you. Lakeview Hotel, Toluca, 1.6 miles away. Come to the cafe and taste the heaven. Danger, no trespassing, authorized personnel only.
James? Your wife, what was she like? Or is... Sorry, I'm not...
That's fine. Why do you ask?
Let him talk, I guess.
I'm not sure I want to talk about it.
Oh, come on. You said we look alike?
Smashing good time. I always do.
She liked to play the piano. I'm not sure if you're really that much alike.
Oh? I don't strike you as the pianist type?
Let's just leave it.
Sure, James.
T's Italian Restaurant, luxury and vintage. Pet Center Vaccine Clinic every Sunday, 3:30 to 5. Silent Hill Historical Society, Earth Day at Toluca Lake, The Story of Yesterday, Nathan Avenue.
You startled me.
One kind of interesting thing I'm noticing, a lot of the windows, but not all of them, are staying broken after my last playthrough. Just further confirmation of the loop theory. I guess it's not a theory. Further confirmation of the loop, period. Exactly.
Really use a warning next time. You know we're heading the wrong way, right?
Yeah, just bear with me, okay?
Come here, you!
More of those things.
Get some! ahead and get the garage jack. Garage jack lever, rather. Where you at? The immortal words of the StarCraft Marine. You want a piece of me, boy? Still something alive somewhere. That, I think, is all of them. A lever found behind a gas station. A decent and coherent man.
Locked. No way through.
I told you, there's nothing for us here. Let's head back.
Obviously entirely sane. This is where Heaven's Knight was in the original game.
What is it?
Just deja vu.
Alright. Let me make sure I didn't miss any interesting signage. Stay down! Lakeside Amusement Park. Come on, funny shiny night party 3 miles away. Here's Pete's Bowl-O-Rama. The one and only.
Again.
Why don't you keep complaining and see where it gets you? Check the parking lot first, then we'll go inside. Although actually, I'll save that so that I technically have the code I need.
They're coming.
Lakeview Hotel boat launch, Paleville to South Vale. Now, do you see where the ammo is? So here is the Historical Society.
I'm all for taking it?
We will be back here later.
Yeah, has been for a while.
You know what's in there?
Not sure. I'm not even sure when was the last time anyone's been inside.
Giga Computer. Baby and Kids Superstore. Discount prices. Baby gift registry. Parking in rear. Rear entrance. Silent Hill Fresh Meats. Sounds tasty.
Oh, God. Did the monsters get him?
Maybe. Doesn't make much difference now.
Yeah.
I can leave by not leaving. I can only leave by not leaving. The deal is done. He said he left it for me. Where they once were, 1887. A note found by the body at the end of Nathan Avenue. James is an office worker. We actually do know that. We don't know what his specific job is, but one thing that they added to the remake is we see his cubicle when we're inside the labyrinth.
You can wait outside if you want. I'll just look around the place.
Why would I want to wait outside?
I thought you might not want to.
James, if you don't want me around anymore, you can just say it.
No, it's not that. Just a stray thought.
Because she wouldn't enter the bowling alley in the original, because Eddie and Laura were in here, and it was always, and it still is always, very important that no one besides James ever actually sees Maria.
This town's full of monsters. We could just sit here and eat pizza.
A timber company. Could be. I don't know. It's also pretty well confirmed. This game also confirms that Silent Hill is supposed to be in Maine. Nod to Stephen King, I'm sure. So here's the safe that's only here in New Game Plus. Where they once were is a clue. So 1887 is the code. Rusted key. Cryptic letter. I did not acquire it, nor will I be able to do so. However, I can direct you to where it is. You will find it in a place of care, an island of respite in a sea of suffering. I warned you before, this is a commitment. I hope you can see this now. A letter found in the locker in Pete's Bolorama. Rusted key. A rusted key. It feels as if it does not belong here. Smells of blood. Hey, what's up with the rack on lane 3? There's some cloth clogging the hood and I can't pull it out. What is that crap? The balls are getting stuck by the end of the lane, so I guess it goes all the way through the underlane. I tried to push it with a pin, but I can't. I can't push the pin in there. I tried both sides. It's blocked. I can't. So let's go back and see if we can see what they're talking about. Sure enough, there's some red cloth just completely stuffing the mechanism in lane 3. And might as well save on our way out. No reason not to. Done a fair bit of stuff after all. And nothing to do now except head back to the garage in the motel.
There's more of them.
Dry cleaners, same day service. Where'd he go? I knew it was a bug. Creeper. I should use the technical name. Get him. Get him, Jimbo. Alright, so she wants us to go to Jack's Inn, but we've got one more side area to explore first. And that is the parking lot and garage over here.
Again.
So here's where we can use the garage jack lever.
You sure that's a good idea?
Yeah, it's fine. Just give me a minute.
Hey! You okay in there? Can you let me in?
The main news. Mass layoffs at Brookhaven Hospital threaten the institution's future. The layoffs we reported on last month are continuing. Over 10 people have been let go, which has reduced the hospital's staff by more than half. If the situation does not improve, staff shortages will put patients at risk. Brookhaven is a hospital with a long history. It was established in 1810 when a deadly epidemic swept through the Silent Hill area. Ever since, it has incessantly brought help to the residents of the town. However, more and more have made their voices heard of how the presence of a psychiatric hospital in the middle of the town has a negative impact on the local community. Residents fear that an incident from 2 years ago might repeat itself. Bowling alleys, something, start installation work. Yeah, I'll let her in. I'll make her wait first.
So, anything good in here?
As good as it gets.
Nothing down there. Here's our next photo. Made it! This is number 20. Alright, so hold on, let's... So if you look in the lower left corner, you can see 3 horizontal stripes that are kind of out of place. So 3 is the count again. Third letter is D. So what we have so far is this. True, but she is also the only other person who acknowledges the presence of the monsters at all. And she does act like you fighting them and killing them is perfectly normal.
You ever stayed in a place like this? The walls are so thin you can hear everything. Blood.
So Lone Wonder, I know I mentioned in the very first Silent Hill 2 stream that the 0451 code does exist in this game. Unfortunately, it doesn't exist on hard puzzle difficulty, but on light and standard, the code to the Jack's Inn safe is 0451. And I've seen at least one player just guessing 0451 on every safe, and he lost his shit when it worked on this one, and it was pretty glorious. So on light and standard puzzle difficulty, this safe code turns out to be 0451. So we got the locked safe. If anyone needs anything, I'm fixing the pipes at 107. Reception desk note. A small note found in the reception of Jack's Inn.
Locked. Strange.
Why is that strange?
Never mind. Let's find a way to get it open.
106 is the room where Heather and Douglas were in Silent Hill 3. Because even though you explore the same hospital, I believe that chronologically speaking, Silent Hill 2 takes place a significant amount of time after Silent Hill 3 does.
Cozy.
This room. There's something wrong with it. I think we should leave.
Oh, loosen up, James. Sure beats running around with those monsters out there.
I'm not so sure.
Can you let me in?
There's her original outfit. I suppose.
Why, thank you, good sir.
Feels like we're stuck. She says it's going to be fine, but the math don't lie. The numbers are all there. This is the toolbox memo. All rooms need to be refurbished. So initially I thought we had to do something with the room numbers, but it's actually just the actual count. So if you go outside and count, there are 8 rooms. So 8. Then we gotta multiply that, 8 times 3, or 8 times, 8x, by the cost of labor. Then there's the plumbing in the rooms upstairs, which there are 2. So 8 times 2, 16. I swear there are times when I just want to give up. So 16 times I'm not 33 anymore. So 16 times 33. That one I can't quite do in my head. Give me a moment. 528. 528. If we can make it all add up, maybe there's hope for the 5 of us. So 528 plus 5 is 533. And the back shows us it's a 4-digit code, so it's 0533. That's what we sort out from that. A memo found next to a toolbox in one of the motel rooms. Hi, Karis. Great to see you. Welcome, welcome.
Hey, you think I'd look good in this one?
I was almost on autopilot. I don't actually want the Maria points if I can help it. 0533.
Thanks.
Gate key. A key found in a safe in Jack's Inn. Monster Closet. Doom 3 style. That was the first game I ever played where the monster closets were really, really noticeable.
I think you just saved my life back there.
I did.
Yeah. So am I. Hey, you okay? It's like you froze for a second.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yay.
Where to now?
Just down this way.
That's right, it is. It's like the dead of summer in the southern hemisphere, isn't it? Or getting close to it, anyway. It took until the beginning of November for it to finally start being passably cold here. It's only gonna get worse every year. I deny thee, white chrism.
That liquid.
A glass bottle containing milky white anointing oil.
What is that?
Is everything all right?
Yeah, it's just... This place just gives me the creeps. I'm not sure why.
You ever been inside?
I'm not sure. It does feel familiar somehow. Like a bad memory. It's nothing, really.
The wild thing is if you played Born from a Wish, she was literally there less than an hour ago. Silent Hill does strange things to people's brains. Let's get the dog key. Might watch that ending again, too. Broken key part. A part of a broken key. The shape seems rather odd. Dog key. An odd key. No idea where to use it. Concerned Doge. I mean, Mira's even a sheep. It really works.
not be here.
Well, it is. So, what now?
Now we look for another way.
What?
James?
His wedding ring tan line is such a nice touch. Okay. I thought I could hit through there, but I can't. Come on, you. That sucked. Oh well. Got another storm going. All right. I feel slightly cheesed there. I feel a little bit like my chainsaw just went through it just so it could get a hit, but whatever. Where you at? I hear you. There it is. I'll push this so this is clear, but go the other way and come in from the other side.
Through the fence. I think we're safe.
All right. We are, in fact. We're just about to Heaven's Night. Well, well, well. You guys can't see her on the camera, but River's right here. Oh, here she is. Lift your head just so they can see that snoot. There's River. River's here. She says hi. Came to get petted, now she's laying on her bed. Ready to kill it. This is photo number 12. So, could be the light, could be the pole. Either way, it is 1. So, first letter R, position 12, gives us this.
Maria? Hello?
It is interesting that there's ammo and medicine all over the strip club. I guess it's interesting in most of the places we go to in Silent Hill, but... I'll be right back. I'm gonna hit the restroom while this cutscene plays. It's long, but it's very good. Very good. You go potty, girl.
What? Come on, don't give me that look. I was just kidding.
What is this? Is this a special place you met?
Don't be silly. Just have to go through and out the front. Then again, now that we're here, can't we stay? Just for a little while. Catch our breath before we head back out there.
I don't have time to take a break. Mary could be out there, waiting for me.
I know. It's just... this place, this whole thing, it's like a nightmare. I just wanted to get away from it, even for a second. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. Sorry, I didn't mean to. I guess this place is getting to me, too. Am I crazy? You know, for thinking she could be here.
Crazy is one word for it, I guess. I can think of another.
What's that?
Hopeful.
Well, that's a nicer way of putting it.
Let's toss this. This while I have a second.
What are you doing?
Something to take the edge off. No? You sure?
The very, very, very subtle indication of
Here's to
recovering alcoholic here is so well done.
undying.
We should probably get going.
Fine. Ready when you are.
You know, DLF, I'd probably recommend keeping it that way. Alright, let's cruise through here. That's what's best for the leave ending.
Let me know when you want to move on.
Let's go.
All right then. Come on.
We shouldn't have stayed here this long.
Hey, it's okay. We're almost there anyway.
Good. No more delays. I need to find Mary.
Well then, let's hope you
Good, that went the way I needed it to. So far, so good.
Okay, it's not far now.
Just trying to continually make sure my map is fully updated. Oh, come on, Jimbo. I'm not gonna lie, after the significant amount of terror that they induced on my very first playthrough, it feels good to turn the tables and terrorize the mannequins instead.
Look, we're on the other side of that chasm. Some detour. But hey, at least we're here.
Here meaning where exactly?
Come on, we'll find out.
Hey, Apotham. Good to see you. Welcome back. How are you, my friend?
They're coming.
Oh, now. Come on. Mo better.
This is it.
Moonlight Grove. New in the remake.
That's it? A garden?
There's a bit more to it than that.
If you say so. I don't think I've been here before.
Come on. She's just around the corner.
She? Who is she?
There's a story told around these parts.
I did all of our Thanksgiving dishes this morning. I've had significant chores today myself.
To die on an island out on the lake. There was a man in town who fell madly in love with her. And every night, he would sneak out, row across the lake, bringing her food and company. And every night, she would stand there on the shore, holding a lit candle to help him find his way. But this one night, a terrible storm broke out, caught him out in the open,
It's the way of it.
and it blew out the candle. Even in darkness, the man would not give up. He would not turn back. So he fought against the raging waters until finally the lake took him. They say even then, the woman never lost hope. She kept coming out at night, kept lighting the candle, to bring her beloved home, to lead him to shore. Not sure how much truth there is to it. It's probably just a fairy tale. But she's become something of a local saint. Patron of undying love. Hence this place.
She's not here.
What?
She's not here. And why would she be? I don't even remember this place.
Hey. It's okay. There's plenty of other places to look. We can still...
Come on.
Before we go, cut back here. Church entrance. This one's pretty easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 birds. That's an E in position 5. Which gives us this. So far. What does that say? Styles de tab. Get caught on the hook. I've been listening to this soundtrack almost on repeat since it came out last week.
I think it came from inside the theater.
Excuse me.
You okay?
Yeah. Maybe you better wait here.
Okay. Not much of a movie fan anyway. And James,
Yeah.
be careful in there.
Yeah.
This is boring.
You didn't seem bored a minute ago. You screamed your head out, didn't you? You should have seen your face.
I told you. It was this big rat. It jumped right at me when I was asleep. Sorry. Yuck, fatso.
Hey, what do you have to say?
I was here. The Void Screams Back.
I thought you said the cops were after you.
Based on the best-selling book by Anna something. Existence coming soon.
Lock the door, so no one could get in.
Remember her.
Not these other monsters.
Remember her.
That's what everyone always
John something. Third Art House Film Fiesta. Silent Hill, over 20 movies to enjoy. Silent Hill, November 16th to November 21st. Popcorn.
It always works for me.
They wouldn't listen. Nobody ever listens.
Artificial Sky, Agatha Ralston, Edmund Larheim, and Maddox Taylor. Eddie and Laura. You know, I just don't think it works as a movie. Like, everything that makes Silent Hill good really plays to the strengths of video games as a medium specifically. Like, I will probably go see Return to Silent Hill when it finally comes out, but I do not expect it to be good. Although I suppose I'm ready to be pleasantly surprised, particularly after my experience with the remake. Return to Owl Creek Bridge, back for a happier ending. Cordelia Stewart and Bertram Robards. I hope not. I don't think so. I mean, some of their properties work great in adaptation to other media. Like, the Castlevania Netflix series is brilliant. It is so good. Stave off the munchies with buttery popcorn. Papaya soda. Ready, set. I guess there are potheads in Silent Hill. Nice to have that bit of realism. That's what I mean. Ergo, it's realism. All right. Let's have our second chat with Eddie.
Eddie?
Oh. You're,
James. We met back at the apartment building.
yeah, I remember.
I see that you didn't make it out yet.
Yeah. I just didn't get around to it yet.
At least you got your appetite back.
In my head, James wanted a slice of pizza right there. Man's hungry. He's been in town for several hours.
Here, Eddie?
No.
Well,
That's probably just Laura messing around.
the little girl? Laura, is that her name?
That's what she said.
I'm gonna go look for her.
Another thing the remake makes possible that wasn't
You want me
originally,
to come with you?
like James
Never mind.
saying that fairly innocuous line. In fact, I think he actually meant it sincerely. Like, I think James is genuinely happy for Eddie that he's not feeling sick anymore and is able to keep some food down. And yet you can just see on Eddie's face how, like, immediately angry and offended he is at James saying that. It's so good. There's another photo back here. Best flavor. This one's also fairly easy, I think. 2 tubes of lipstick. Position 8. So the second letter is E. So there's an E in position 8. Gives us this. So far.
Who is that girl, anyway?
Some lipsticks do have flavor, yes.
All I know is her name.
As do lip glosses.
Didn't you want to go after her? Better hurry. Laura can be pretty quick when she wants to. Suit yourself.
Laura?
Excuse me.
Hey!
Alright, that's where we came in.
Laura, stop! It's dangerous! Maria? Did you see the little girl?
Yeah, I tried to stop her, but she went that way. We can still catch her.
Alright. For every theater, I was here. Friday and Saturday. Shirley Fernsby and, I'm gonna guess, Edmund Boughton. There are a few more item pickups out here. We're essentially ready to head to the hospital. I'm trying to think. I believe every Silent Hill game has had a hospital level. The only one I can't quite remember for sure is Downpour. I know Origins had one. Shattered Memories had one. Homecoming has one. All 4 original Team Silent games have one. I think Downpour does too, I just can't quite remember. It's been too long since I played it.
James, look.
Not quite. Nope, nothing on these benches. There's something in at least one of these ambulances, and then I think we're set. Alright, into the hospital. And it locks behind us. Alright, now that we're in the hospital, I don't know exactly where it is, but I do know that the second clue for the stillness ending is inside the hospital. So I'm going to have to make sure I look really thoroughly. Make sure I find it. Before I fight the flesh lips.
Is that a gun cabinet? In the hospital?
Yeah, but it's empty.
Somehow that seems worse.
Shotgun safety rules. 1. Safe direction. Keep your weapon pointed in a safe direction so that accidental discharge will not cause injury. 2. Finger off the trigger. Do not put your finger on the trigger unless you are ready to shoot at your intended target. 3. Keep your gun unloaded. Keep your weapon unloaded while in storage. Only load your weapon when you are ready to use it. Crow, high-velocity buckshot, shotgun shells. Ammunition for the shotgun. A map of the 3rd floor of Brookhaven Hospital, a map of the 2nd floor of Brookhaven Hospital, a map of the 1st floor of Brookhaven Hospital.
Where did she go?
I don't know. Let's look around.
Can't get into the locker room. Guide to proper hygiene. Something nurse. Ask nurses for free copy. Inner ward. Locked. Fire instruction in case of fire. Restrooms open. Exam room 1, locked. Brookhaven Hospital, circa 1920. Truly can't read that. Looks like a staff photo on the front steps. Don't let alcohol shatter your life. Anxiety, Alverlin. Is your medication safe? Think about your future. Please keep the noise down. You'd be something. Remember, if you experience poor appetite or significant weight loss, insomnia or hypersomnia, loss of interest or pleasure in usual activities, feelings of worthlessness or guilt, diminished abilities to think or concentrate, contact your healthcare provider immediately. Please do not leave any personal belongings. Control fear, Araxium. Staircase.
There.
Laura, wait!
It's okay. We don't want to hurt you.
God damn it.
Why would she run from us?
I don't think she likes me very much.
But why?
I don't know.
Drawing an angry wolf threatening a bunny. And a butterfly. Find peace and something. No smoking. Records and cafeteria. Dr. Hughes and Dr. Atkinson in the garden. Nurses in training. Can't get into medical records. Can't get into the cafeteria. Due to repeated instances of keys getting misplaced, from this point forward they are to be returned to the locker at the end of every shift. All staff are required to memorize the padlock combination and are not to disclose it to anyone but authorized personnel under any circumstances. In case of any problems, report to the head nurse in examination room 3. Remember to wash your hands. The director requested the files of the 3 crucial patients. You know which ones. Could you please bring them to his office?
Looks like there is a key in there. No combination, though.
We should look around. Might be written down somewhere.
Really only one way left to go at this point. Exam room 2 is locked. Nothing on the elevator. Exam room 3. Keep door closed. Everything's locked. But we can bust that window, so there we go. Attention, oxygen must be turned off when not in use. If the second were as high as the number of nurses, it'd still be 1 short, with 2 of them dead and 1 just a fraud. So there's 7 nurses in the photo, but this implies that there are only 4 real nurses, because 2 are dead and 1's a fraud. So, if the second were 4, it would still be 1 short. So the second number is 5. The third would chop the firewood in half. So remember, there are 4 trees. So the third number is 2, half of that. So, and the first was singular. So the code should be 152. What's that one say? Please keep the noise down. Effective immediately to our visitors. If you are visiting between the hours of 9 p.m. and 5 a.m., please be prepared to present valid identification. 152.
Second floor?
Basement.
Basement key.
Of course.
A large key, it should open the door to the hospital basement. A memo left for one of the nurses in examination room 3. A note found in the reception office.
This place feels so empty. More than the other places we've been.
Hospital basement map. A map of the basement floor of Brookhaven Hospital.
Hey, this one's open. Nope. Doesn't work.
Tech room is locked. Blocked hallway. Here's the pump room.
Generator.
You think you could get it working? Might get the elevator running again.
Emergency fuel reserve in storage room. Generator in the generator room. Checks out.
More of them.
That was the boiler room. This is another boiler room. Ah! That went very poorly. Oh well. Empty fuel can. Should store enough fuel to get the generator running. Oh, come on! Running low. Bleach, white laundry detergent, starch, white sheets. The amount of bleach you use is getting ridiculous, and the sheets are not getting any whiter. I won't ask questions, just end it. Alright, so this is laundry storage. Here's the laundry room. Storage is locked. See, I don't know what the hell's going on. Like the last 3 mannequins, James is just like, oh, I am gonna go directly to the side of it and then take a hit. Because you can't really aim your melee strikes. Oh well. That's open now. The thing to do is use this to get into the storage room.
Hey,
Don't worry. I'll be right back.
Cement. Rugs, mattresses. Tools. Model F100 275, capacity 275 gallons. Filled fuel can. Danger. Gasoline. Danger. Extremely flammable. Keep out of the reach of children. Harmful or fatal if swallowed. Vapors can explode. Never use gasoline to start a fire. Always vent container before use. Keep container closed. Emission control information. This container complies with U.S. EPA emission regulations for portable fuel containers. 400 FR Part 69. The emission warranty is valid for a minimum of 1 year from date of purchase. Filled fuel can. It's filled with gasoline. Very good, James. All right. Brookhaven Hospital. Plan of expand. 1932. Foundation, concrete, walls, brick and cement, stone front, roof covering, corrugated iron. Cost $62,350. There was a time when it only cost $62,000 to renovate an entire hospital. Imagine that. The Parmesano is getting strong in this one. Uh-oh, something else is alive. Where you at? Where you at? Now, granted, $62,000 is still a lot of money today, but not in terms of renovating an entire fucking hospital.
more of those things.
They're like all back alive. WTF! That has not happened before. Fascinating. Must have patched it in. Well done, Jimbo.
Yes, did it. Let's check out that elevator.
Fuel tank. And the way they move, like particularly when they're still on the ground, it's creepy, man. There we go. All right, we can get into the tech room now. Hey Trevi, how are ya? Welcome, welcome. Alright, with the elevator online, the only new place is the second floor. So let's head there. Excuse me. This cutscene lasts a minute. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna put all these snacks away. I'm done eating for the moment.
Hey. You okay?
I'm sorry.
That's fine. What's going on? Are you sure?
It's nothing. Probably just a hangover.
Maybe you should rest.
Yeah. Okay. So comfy.
I'm gonna go look for Laura. I'll be back as soon as I can.
James? I wanted to ask you. What if you can't find Mary? What will you do?
I haven't really thought about that.
Get back soon, okay?
Alright, we're not gonna bother checking on her this run. Not looking for points to her ending, although I do want to explore her room. So she's in C5.